Hello, guys, welcome back to the Growth Club. I'm your host, Veronika Novotná, and in today's episode, I'm gonna talk about mindful moments. And you may be wondering what even are mindful moments because you may have never heard of this term before. Don't worry, I'm gonna get into all stuff about mindful moments in this episode, so if you are interested, keep listening. But first of all, I would really appreciate if you enjoy the show that you would consider subscribing or rating the show if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music. It would mean the world to me because this show is still fairly new and it would help the brand grow and it will make me happy. But only if you really enjoy this show. And if you have any suggestions, recommendations, don't be afraid and write me on my Instagram, whether it's the Growth Club Instagram or even my personal account. I would love to hear some feedback, positive or negative, because I want to do anything for the show to grow, and this can be a really great way to make the show even better. So thank you guys for everything, and let's get into in today's episode. So, mindful moments. What are even mindful moments? Well, for me, mindful moment means a moment when I'm fully present and I know exactly what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, how's my body feeling, how am I feeling in my head, and I'm just there, present. And from personal experience, I can tell you that hold on. I would highly recommend everyone to incorporate these mindful moments, at least some of them or just only one of them from the start. Remember, start small, and if you start small, you will eventually get to the bigger goal that you have in mind right now. But from start, take it easy. So I'm just gonna give you some examples of mindful moments that I use. I don't wanna coin that I come up with these mindful moments. I think this technique has been there for thousands of years, so I'm not the one who come up with them. I just like to use them, and when I was thinking how can I incorporate more mindful moments into my everyday life, I just was like, oh, when I'm washing my hands I can actually pay greater attention, because usually my mind just drifts off and I start to think about all other things beside washing my hands. I'm just thinking about what I need to do next, or I'm thinking about the next class, next task that I have to complete, and I'm never really fully present. So I was like, okay, I can do this. And I was like, I think it can be great to share that with you, since my podcast is about growth, and this can really help many of us grow, because we are growing from the present moment, not from the past or the future, from right here, right now. So the more time we actually spend in this exact moment, the more we grow. That sounded smart. I think it did. So some examples of mindful moments might be mindful coffee or tea. What does this mean? I talked about it in my morning routine tips, like the 3 tips for morning routine. And it basically means that when you have your morning cup of coffee or tea or any other beverage that you like to drink in the morning, you are fully present with the drink. You drink it with curiosity and you enjoy every sip of the drink. Trust me, not even you feel more present and grounded, but it even tastes better. And don't get me wrong, what's more than having the most amazing cup of coffee the first thing in the morning? I love cup of coffee in the morning, so this is really fine for me. And it even makes me smile. Like, I don't know, just I'm really morning coffee person, and this makes the taste of the coffee even better, so I'm happier. Okay, then I have written down mindful shower, and this means like whenever I'm showering, I'm either listening to podcasts or like being mindful, not just like, you get under the water and you just start thinking about the day or the upcoming week and whatever. You just let your mind wander into the future or the past. And I like to like bring myself out of my head and be like present with my body, pay attention to where the water is like dropping, whether the temperature of the water is fine, how does my body respond to it. And essentially, like with cold showers, this is really easy because when it's really uncomfortable, you are present, you are there. Like, I've experienced this with cold showers or any other cold plunge, and with really intense workouts. You are just there because the pain is so excruciating that your mind will be focused on it and nothing else. So, like, cold showers really help if you want to be present during your shower time. Or, like, I don't know, when I'm rubbing my skin and really cleansing myself, I like to feel the touch, just like feel it where I'm putting the shower gel or the lotion, whatever it is. I like to pay attention to it and actually feel it. How does my body respond to it? And just stuff like that. Then there is the washing hands mindful moment. And I started incorporating this moment when last year in school, whenever I went to the restroom during the day. I was like, okay, this is my chance to be in the present moment, to like reground myself and reconnect with myself, because in school you are always, or this could be also applied to work, if you work in a workspace where you're surrounded by your coworkers and bosses, like you are always around someone, and using the restroom during the class or the break, this was like moment for myself, because usually I don't encounter that many people there, like just few or none. So I can be like fully with myself, and for me it's important to reconnect with myself throughout the day whenever I can. So I was thinking, and then I come to the conclusion that like really paying attention to how I wash my hands and how I dry them, this could be great reconnection and really being in the present moment when I'm actually surrounded by a lot of people, a lot of tasks. I have to like focus a lot in school. So I started incorporating that, and I would recommend that to everyone, because your mind just stops thinking about everything for a while and you are just there. Your mind can finally rest and don't think about the math formula or whatever problem in school you are facing and currently dealing with. So this has really helped me. And also what I like, this is another mindful moment practice that I do in school. It's called Mindful Minute, and you have it on your Apple Watch. You have this, like, I'm not wearing Apple Watch at the moment, but on your Apple Watch there is this feature feature, not future, feature called 1 minute breathing, or it's just like you take 7-8 breaths in 1 minute, and the watches guide you like when to take a deep breath in and deep breath out, and you just are breathing for 1 minute. And I like to do that in the restroom as well, to like reconnect with my breath, then do the hand washing thing, and I'm much more grounded, present, and happier. So this is my like school. Then I have wrote down make your bed mindfully. It's just like one of my many mindful moments that I try to stick to every day. And it basically means doing your bed mindfully, really knowing how you are making the bed, feeling it, and make your bed with like love, because this love you're making your bed with, it's for yourself, and you will be happier in the evening when you finally get to the bed after a long day at school, work, sports, whatever, and you will feel, it might sound fucking crazy, I know, like if someone told me a few years ago that I would be there speaking these things, I would think that he's nuts, that he's completely crazy. Because I didn't used to believe to this stuff either until I tried them myself, and I realized that, oh well, it's working. So just try it for yourself and you will see whether that works for you or not. Like everything works for everyone differently, so try it yourself and see. That's the best advice I can tell you about everything. Just try it and see if it works for you or not. So I feel the energy I put into the making my bed in the morning when I get to the bed in the evening. I really do. It's kind of cool, isn't it? So, and the last mindful moment practice that I have here is mindful eating. And I did my research behind mindful eating, and I discovered that it's more to it than just like eating mindfully and being like aware, I'm putting potato in my mouth, it tastes like this and that. So mindful eating, I'm reading from my bullet journal, is learning how you eat, not what you eat, which is interesting. I didn't know that. And the benefits of mindful eating include weight loss, reducing binge and emotional eating, reducing snacking, diabetes management, and chronic eating disorder help. And I think this is all tied to the fact that when you eat mindfully, you know what you are eating, why you are eating it in the first place, and how much of it you are eating. And it all comes down to the fact that realize what you are eating in the first place. Am I stressed out? Am I bored? Or am I really hungry? And to be honest, I'm not quite good at this because I binge eat a lot, or I'm always like, I like to eat. And I know it's not visible on me, but I just love food, like eating is one of my favorite activities. And so I have a bit of problem with that, because like mindful eaters know when to like stop eating, and then they don't eat actually to the point where they are full, which I do a lot, to be honest. Like frankly, almost every time I eat until I'm like fully full and I can eat no longer, like no more. So this is one area I want also to improve in. So then I found this quite interesting article on the Psychology Today, which is one of my favorite blogging websites, and there were article about 6 ways to be more mindful eater, and I want to share these 6 techniques or like strategies with you. So the first one is don't eat until you are like fully full, and it's that mindful eaters know where to stop when they are not hungry and they are satisfied. So they eat until that point and they don't cross that line. So that's the first way. The second way is pace yourself. And that means don't eat too fast, just slow down. And this like fast eating is a phenomenon of the last decade or two, when we try to really hurry up the eating, and mindful eaters do the exact opposite. They take their time to eat the food, and by doing that you enjoy it more because you spend more time with it. It actually everything makes sense, you know. The third is be choosy, and this means in essence that mindful eaters eat only what they really enjoy eating. I gotta admit that I had to force myself to eat some kind of food, because when I was little I used to be a huge picky eater. I did not eat almost any vegetable. I did not eat fish, did not eat any of that. Like, I was like, no, not for me. And so I forced myself to eat it in order to learn to enjoy it, and now I actually do. Okay, yeah. So your taste in food can actually change if you give it enough try. Because, like, I remember 1 year ago, I would not eat full tomato, and I kind of like forced myself into like eating tomatoes, that now I actually like tomatoes a lot. So it's just about like whether you want this type of food to be in your diet or not. So but like, I would say, if you really don't like something, and there are definitely things that I'm never gonna get used to, then just don't eat it, because you want to enjoy your food and to be happy and satisfied that you can eat this. So if you put something you really despise in your diet, just not gonna enjoy it. That's easy peasy lemon squeezy. The fourth way is show some grace to yourself. Don't be too strict, and the key here is to be flexible and forgiving. Like, okay, we all are humans, so sometimes even the best of the best cross the line. So the key here is to be kind and forgiving to yourself when you do so, because you're not gonna accomplish much when you are gonna be shitting and pitying on yourself after you broke a rule that you have set for yourself, or you did not accomplish something you wanted to. The best way to move forward from this kind of block, I would say, is just to forgive yourself. Be like, okay, maybe examine why it happened. Why have you, in this case, overeaten and stuff like that. And after that, just be like, okay, I know better for the next time. And flexible, like, I don't know, when you're on vacation, I don't see any reason why you should like restrict yourself. Like, you're on vacay, you deserve it. You deserve to eat what you want, as much as you want, because you deserve it. Like, you know, how many times a year you are on vacay? Exactly. So enjoy yourself and indulge in the most delicious cuisine or the foods that you can find there. Like, just go for it. The fifth way is take a moment to appreciate and pause before first bite. And I love to do this. Like, when you spend some time cooking the meal, and then there it is ready on the table, and you just look at it, and you actually know how big effort it took you to make it, you're just like, this is nice. This is so nice, and I'm grateful for the decision to make this meal, and you enjoy it even better, even more, even much more, because you're like, I made it. It looks so delicious, and it tastes even better. So I love to cook and I love to eat. Okay, and the sixth way is breaking out of old habits by becoming mindful. And this goes to every habit that you can possibly think of, not only just in this regard in eating, but when you become mindful. I actually listened to TED Talk the other day about this topic. When you become mindful, it helps you break the old habits, because you start to recognize the patterns why you are doing them in the first place, and you become aware of how you're feeling when you're about to do the bad habit, and it helps you. It helps a lot. So, like, by introducing these mindful moments in one area, let's say washing your hands, you can like develop greater mindfulness throughout the day and be more aware about your actions, and about when you're about to do something it's not good for you. We all know it, like eating that whole bar of chocolate, it's not gonna be good for you, but one piece of the chocolate, that's too little. And why? I don't know. You may be feeling really stressed about your work, about the project you're working on, and now you know that, you are aware of that. So you'll be like, okay, I think like maybe doing some meditation would actually help me more, or maybe go for a run than eating a bar of chocolate. And now you've broken the old bad habit of eating a whole bar of chocolate when you're feeling stressed about your work. Ta-da! Magic! I know, psychology is really crazy, really cool. I will give you a link to the TED Talk, because the guy, I think he can explain it way better than I did, and it's worth it. It's like around 10 minutes, and I really like that talk. So and then there is a mindful eating exercise that I found on the Psychology Today website, and it's like you take a piece of fruit or vegetable and you just observe it, you describe it. There are a few questions you can ask yourself when you're holding that piece of food. What is it? What does it look like? And imagine like you don't know anything, like what is it? Banana. No, like how does it look like? What's the color? Is there a texture? Does it leave any residue on your hand? Is it hard or soft? And stuff like that. Just ask yourself this about the food that you are currently holding in your hand, and then eat it. Like this exercise, I've never done it before, but I found it and I thought that maybe it'd be cool to share it with you guys. So this would be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's kind of longer than I expected. I was like, okay, maybe 10-15 minutes I'm gonna be able to talk about something like this, but 20 more minutes, 20 plus minutes, and I'm still able to talk about it, so happy about that. And I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like or 5-star review on Spotify if you're listening there. And I am looking forward to talking to you guys next week, so stay tuned for the next episode and for the rest of the week. Take care and bye.